Hey everybody, Karma Psycho here. I'm doing an unboxing. This is going to be my official entry into Horror Man Cave's 100 subscriber contest. I'm new to his channel. I just recently found him, watched a couple of his videos. There's some of my other subs that I sub to, other channels I sub to. Yeah, no. Yes. Anyway, so I've seen Anthony. I can't keep messing his last name up. Nah, it's so hard. I don't know how to speak English properly. Yes. And Johnny Tells. Even though he said his name enough, I still have to call him Johnny Tells. It's Johnny Tells. Alright? It's Tells, bruh. It's Tells. So yeah, I've seen their videos. I'm not gonna dress up or do anything fancy like that. That was a cool video you did, Johnny. That was awesome. Their movies, their choices, Anthony's, Tony, the Candy Corn Apocalypse, Army leader there. His movie was awesome. I totally see where he came from with that. That is a great representation of the film. Johnny's, of course, I'm gonna love him. Gremlins, Kiss the Lady in White. Yeah, definitely in there. I remember watching those movies, but they were not my introductions into horror. My introduction into horror happened when I was about maybe 7 or 8 years old. Um, I used to sneak downstairs, when everyone's asleep at night, to watch horror. We'll watch you know, paid television, HBO and Skinamax and all that stuff. Break the rules as a kid. I was a little rebel. Yeah. And so, yeah, one night I remember going downstairs and a movie was going off and it said, next, Howling. And I was like, Howling 4. Like, Howling, what? What is this? It's like, alright, so I get in and watch this, and so, yes, before I start to babble on, I start watching The Howling 4, the original Nightmare, and that was like, wow. I was so scared. I was like, oh man, I think that was the first time I ever remember being scared of monsters and like everything like that. Like, I don't remember. That was like my introduction into the world of the monsters of all types, the magic and everything, yada yada. So yeah, this movie right here was the first horror movie that I remember watching. This is my VHS copy of it, so everyone knows. Yeah, this movie was definitely the movie that put me into my love of horror. My love of being scared was The Howling 4. I loved watching. Like, after that, I remember like sitting and watching like as many movies I can, staying up every night just to find so many other horror movies. And then I fell in love one night when I was watching The Killer Clowns and Outer Space came on. I was like, oh, I love that movie so much. That is amazing. But yeah, this movie is definitely one of the ones that first put me into it. And then on top of that list also goes another movie that put me into wanting to be an evil, dark warlock and taking over the world. Here's my VHS copy of Warlock. I loved this movie as well. Like, magic's so awesome. This was my introduction into horror, everything that made me scary. This was my introduction into like the full moon movies and loving everything like that. The Puppet Masters, Subspecies, all of those. Warlock kind of tossed me into that love, everything. And the only other one that I don't have a VHS of was a story about, and I think it was 1991. My mom had decided she was going to take us to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of Use at the drive-in, and I was like, yeah, I was really excited for that. And what was playing at the big screen on the other side was Child's Play 3. And so as we're just sitting there, like we're watching The Secret of the Ooze, I was like, yeah, I loved it. Like I love my Turtles movie, but I kept like looking over and like watching Chucky. So as soon as Secret of the Ooze went off, like I was like, "Come on, Mom, we can't leave yet. We can't leave. We can't leave. We gotta watch that one. We gotta watch that one." So we ended up like sneak. I'm like, I had like a fit as a kid, so we had to watch Child's Play 3, and so we did that night. So I was like, yes, that was my first ever horror movie on the big screen was Child's Play 3 that I really loved. And so yeah, this one put me into horror. This one took me to another whole different, like, this was like, oh, scary, your classic movie monsters, werewolves, vampires, zombies, everything like that one. And this one took me to the weird world of horror and fantasy thriller type of situation, demonic toys, anything full moon and all the rest of that. It's like, we get crazy with it. Yeah. And Child's Play and all that. Like, this is what led me into watching the other types of horror films that were out there. Like, definitely. I don't have VCR anymore, but I have the VHSs. It's like, totally. Got my VHSs. Yeah, I picked these up at a garage sale like in the 90s at some point in time. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. Like, that is definitely my horror introduction to all of that stuff. So, make sure you guys check out Horror Man Cave. His videos are awesome. He's got awesome collections of video stuff that everybody talks about. And if you have not seen this movie, you need to watch this movie. This movie is based off the original book. The first Howling movie and this Howling movie 4 are both based off the original Howling book. So you can take this wherever it was. And Warlock, I don't remember a whole lot into it and everything like that. But yes, you should definitely watch Warlock if you have never seen Warlock either. And of course, everyone knows Chucky. I love Chucky. So yeah, there you have it. That is my entry into the Horror Man Cave. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check him out. He's going to be in the link in the description below. As always, take it easy. And I mean life, you perverts.